Hello everybody, my name is Francesco Bommartini. Welcome on ACCESSO RISERVATO. Today I'm here with Gabriele Fiori. Hello Gabriele.
Hello everybody, to all the listeners. Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Okay.
Beyond the bad weather, as we were speaking before.
Yes, bad weather, but we hope it won't rain soon. So you're the guitar player and voice of Black Rainbows, the stoner rock band from Rome, Italy. And
Yes.
and I want to start this interview with a question about your latest album, Cosmic Ritual Super Trip. What are the main differences with the previous albums for you?
This last album, we can say for sure we arrived on the best shape of songwriting of the band. So every song is really perfect shaped. I mean, much better than the oldest ones. So really, we don't have long songs except if we wanted to do it. So we really say what we want to say in the best time possible and in the best way possible. Another characteristic really important is the production. It's the second album we have recorded in a very good studio.
Yeah.
And I can say in the past there's been a lack of production. So the oldest records were not so well recorded. This last one is really represent the sound of the band. Finally, I can say.
Okay, so it's a mature sound for you. For you is the best till now.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
You really play a lot in all over the world. What are the best places for you, and how do you, as band, live the moments before and after the shows?
I can say every band has its own audiences, best audiences.
Yeah.
So it can be like you have very good and solid audience in Belgium or in France, or maybe more in different countries. And in other countries, you're not so well known. For example, we don't have a very good audience in Spain, but it's much bigger in Portugal. And for example, while we had our first label was from France, we have a very good audience in France. Germany is very good. UK is very good. Netherlands and Belgium is very good. So really depend on the event as well. I mean, if it's a weekend date or if it's like a Sunday or Monday, really depends on the amount of people showing up. But yes, Italy, we're not so known. We don't have so many people at the shows. But like Austria, Switzerland, I mean the whole Europe, mostly the whole Europe, we have a good audience pretty everywhere.
Okay, but while you're in tour, have you some moments to see also the places outside the venue?
No, absolutely. You don't have the chance. I mean, everybody think that you go around and you have time to do, but no, you have just the time maybe to have a shower, driving, and show up at the venue and set up your instruments and waiting a lot. And a lot of times the venues are not close to the downtown of the cities. And actually you just want to rest when you're on tour. So yeah, not really. Sightseeing is not part of the touristic part of the tour.
Yeah. And after the shows, how do you live that period after? Do you drink some? Do you relax?
We are not so party band. I mean, we're getting older. So, I mean, first years was, yes, partying after the show, drinking a lot with the friends and making socialize here. I mean, with all the people of the show. During the last years, I mean, we just, as I said, a lot of time you have to drive a lot. You have to load out, load in, carry the stuff, taking care of the merchandise. So after the show, there's some kind of meet and greet, maybe at the merch table. So drinking a couple of beers and shaking hands and having a chat here and there. But a lot of time, me personally, I'm also like the tour manager of the band. So I have to go after the tour. I have a lot of duties. I have to talk with promoters. I have to talk with merchandise guys and blah, blah, blah. So there's not much space for party.
Yeah.
But of course, after the show, you just want to chill out, relax, and have a couple of drinks, and that's it.
Okay, clear. But do you move in a van?
Yes, when we are on tour in Europe, yes, the mostly is with a van. So you drive fully loaded with a backline, and we don't have a driver, so we drive ourselves. We bring a merchandise guy.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, during the first year, I was doing everything, driving and doing also the merchandise after the show, but that's too much. So we do prefer to drive ourselves, but we have a merchandise guy.
Okay. So you are in 4 in the van?
Usually 4, yes. I mean, we have some tours with friends coming over, but mostly, yes, 4 people on tour.
Okay, perfect. What are the main differences between Italy, Europe, and the rest of the world to play live for you?
Italy, I can say, because I also do the booking, not only for Black Rainbows, but a lot of other bands. And there's not much. I mean, the main difference is maybe the timing, because northern countries, the show starts earlier. So in Italy, just you have less audience. I mean, we know that we don't have a big audience. We don't have a big market, musical market, especially in the underground. We don't have magazines. We don't have big festivals. And so compare it to Austria, Switzerland, and Germany, which they have a very good business side of the thing. France is another thing. UK sucks, for example. UK is terrible. They don't pay you. They don't give you accommodation. All the Anglo-Saxon countries like USA, Australia, and UK. If you're not a well-known band, but even if you're a well-known band, you get less money than in Europe. So, for example, in Italy is very good for hospitality. You know, we are good for hospitality. So you have not a good. I mean, we don't have so much money, so we don't give bands very good hotels.
Yeah.
But you know, the meal is always good. The drinks are always good. The people is always warm. Yeah. And if you go to play Germany after 5 days, you just want to run. It's nuts. I mean, yeah, Germany is always, it's a bit, I don't know. I don't want to talk bad of the Germany, because it's a good place to play, because they support the musicians, the bands, they buy merchandise. But it's a bit like, not Berlin, maybe not Leipzig, but others, the rest of the cities there. But it's good. It's good anyway. Germany is good to play.
Yeah, you say that Germany is really good, well organized, but the people are colder.
Yeah, they're not colder. They get used to see shows, more shows. But all is around. I mean, when you drive through the Germany, you're not so stimulated to be on the highway and the same. Looks like always the same highway, the same city, the same portrait.
All right.
But Italy, for sure, is a piece of the puzzle. I mean, we have very good venues. We have very good shows. Like in the rest of Europe, we have shitty shows. We have shitty audience. As for the rest of Europe,
yes,
for sure, yes, we are not very good in the business side of the story.
And in the rest of the world,
we played United States, and United States you get, I mean, you're lucky if you get like $50, $50. If you are the main band, maybe you get a better guarantee. But yes, they don't take care of accommodation. They don't give a shit if you're, about your meal, because it's also easy to get a meal in the States. I mean, you go to the first fast food and you spend $5. There is this not kind of treatment. It's a bit different. And they're not so organized. I mean, maybe you play in a bar with other 4 or 5 bands. And it's funny. I mean, there are known bands in Europe. When they are in the States, they are nobody, and they play maybe with you in very small bars. So the business. But if you are very known, I mean, if you can get, the real deal with a big label, that's another story. That's the business. That's a real business.
Okay.
If you get into the real business, you see how things change, for sure. Okay. But for the rest of the humans, 1 in a million can make it. The rest, they have no chance. I mean, they play small shows. But we had little experiences, just a short tour. But it was good. I mean, the audience was very good. The States are very big, so it's a bit different. And it's exciting for you as a European to go to play in the States. So for sure. Okay. Really would like to play in Japan, but never did. It's very difficult. Mm-hmm. We had some chances. I mean, if we wanted to go before the COVID to go to play South America and Australia, we had some promoters interested. But now we have families and a lot of issues. And yes, we don't feel so... we don't have so much energy to want to make...
this time, okay. But could it be in the future?
Yeah, for sure. The main difference is that if they pay you well and there are conditions, everything is very well organized. So you just have to go there, play, and there is somebody taking care of you. Yeah, that's another story. If you have to go there and struggle and really be stressed, I'm a bit tired. I played hundreds and hundreds of shows and difficult shows, as I said, driving, very stressful. So at this time of our career, I would like to get a little bit more to go to play. Okay. I think it's interesting and clear because this is the real situation that you live as a musician, and it's also interesting to know that, for example, also for me in England, in UK, and in USA, the things are a little bit different from the myths that you listen all the time when you read some magazines about the tours, etc. Also, the underground bands always thinks that outside Italy is better, but it's not always so, or it's not in the same way that you think sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. This is true. And the fact is that, after you played 5 times in your city, that's enough. If you played your city and your country so much, there are so many other countries to visit. Why you want to keep building? If you are a rap band, so you sing in the language of your own country. If you're a singer singing for in the language of your own country, this is a sense. Of course, you want to make a tour in your own country. But if you sing in English, that's the reason why you want to be listened by a lot of other people. So you need to explore the other countries. You need to build your own audience as you're doing in your own country. There's no meaning that your own country is your reference. For example, we are much more known, I don't know, in France. We played Hellfest.
One of the most important metal festival of the world.
Yeah, we played in front of 7,000 people, and there was a lot of people knowing us before. And I mean, if they don't call you, they don't book you if they don't know you. But in Italy, yes, there's not a real scene for sure. There's not a real, and we are all guilty of the fact that we go out for dinner. We have different interests beyond going to the live shows.
Yeah, it's true, and I think, in fact, that if you wanna grow as a band, especially if you make something, for example, indie rock, alternative, stoner, metal, etc., in another language, not Italian language, if you want to grow, is as you say, is as you say. So you must to try to resolve some problems, to have some experience outside your comfort zone and your country.
Yeah, absolutely. But you need to invest on promotion as well. You need to, because maybe the music you do is more appreciated in another country that your own country.
Yeah. And why don't try?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are in 2020. I mean, this is pretty obvious. I mean, I'm 40 years old, and I get it. If you're a 23 years old kid, young man, I mean, you have to know that you have to explore the rest of the world. Today is a duty. I mean, when we played the first tour was Slovenia and Austria, 2008, and I was so excited. You don't have an idea. And 2008. Then in 2010, we had 10 shows in Germany. That was incredible. I mean, was really, I wasn't sleeping every night because I was so excited because we were outside, yes, our country, but a lot of, I mean, but today is normal, it's the normality. It's absolutely easy. Take a flight. I mean, we are flying a lot with the band.
Yeah.
But we're getting used to.
It is the real underground life of a band.
Yeah, today you have the chance to make a tour so easy. You can go to play in front of a lot of people. You can sell your music. For sure, the music business is gone. The big thing is gone, and it's pretty true. And Spotify really gave the last shot to the industry.
Yeah.
But if you're a band, I mean, you can get also some money. You can live with the music for a short time of your life, maybe.
Yeah.
You can keep your own rights of everything from the merchandise. You can press a vinyl today, and very easy, very cheap. You can have 1 million channels of distribution for your music. Yeah. So if you're smart, you need to be smart. I mean, you don't have to be, because in the past, I was watching last night David Geffen documentary. It's the second time I was watching. It's so interesting how the music business was in the 70s, how the Geffen records became huge, how the things were working in the 70s. There was no business. Nobody knew anything about the marketing and the business. And the artists were getting really low fees for their albums that were selling millions of copies. But today you are a manager, you're a sound engineer, you are a label manager, you are merchandise seller, musician. So maybe the level of the music, I mean, of course you don't have a budget to record an album, but you have the technology can assist you a lot. And that's another world, and you need to be aware how this world works.
Yeah, it's true. You have really nice artworks and image also in general. Who create your images for the album?
For this album, this last one.
In general.
In general, we have many different ones. Same thing. I mean, 10 years ago, there were like, I don't know, just a bunch of illustrators. But today you have a big choice. And I love the graphics. So also for the label, because I own the ACCESSO label. So we have a lot of different artists from all over the world. So this last album was Robbie Gnista. He's from Denmark or Sweden. Okay. And we like to work together with the artist. I mean, I give some ideas, and until the thing I have in mind is not good, we keep working on it, even if I have to spend more, because it's very important. I mean, today everybody has good artworks and good graphics, but a few years back, I mean, you was not so easy. Not everybody was having artworks.
Yeah,
and,
but
graphics.
I think that your artworks are really special because you can early understand only seeing the images that the band are you know.
Yeah, they really match. I mean, the music and the graphics match together really well. I mean, absolutely. For example, the last album, I asked Robin, I wanted something from the 70s. So he came out with the Stripes, really 70. Something space rock. Yeah. And he came out with the wings that remind Hawkwind and the space in the eyes of the skull, and something heavy. And I mean, the skull is keep going. I mean, it's we have the skull everywhere. So,
it's always
yeah, exactly. And for example, I've got this shirt. It's from an Australian guy. It's Sydney Scene. It's another guy I really love. He did some stuff for Red Fang, and I really wanted to have it.
Nice work
for us.
Yeah, really nice work. Also, that shirt is really amazing. But it's possible also to find in your merch bank?
Absolutely, we have so many stuff. So many, yes.
Okay, perfect. And can you speak also about some curious things happened during tours? Do you remember some interesting things that succeeded in the past tours?
Yes, this is something I was asked before. I never remember. Yes, for sure there are some, but you know what? After like 600 concerts, I've got like a big bubble, and I really need to explore the mind to find one. And at the moment, I don't recall anything. Sorry. But yes, of course. Yeah, we slept. I mean, I don't know. At the very first tours, we were sleeping like 8 people on the floor in a small room, or I don't know, really uncomfortable situations at the very beginning of the touring.
Okay.
So very cold tours. I mean, we were playing shows in Germany like with minus 30 degrees with the snow, sleeping in very cold places. For example, once we supposed to open to Nebula. Yeah. It was the first show of the German tour. And we drove from Rome almost to Berlin for the first show. We arrived like 15 minutes before the show opening for Nebula, which is one of my favorite bands. So it was a pretty big deal. Yeah. And we just arrived like 15 minutes before the show. And so many tricks. I mean, last year we blew 2 tires, not 1, 2 tires of the van. Wow. And going to France. And we arrived literally at 1 minute before the show was supposed to start.
Always really extreme situations.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, now at this moment of the interview, we can pass to in or out questions. I ask you two things and you choose only one, and say me why.
Okay.
Okay. Beer or wine?
Beer.
Why?
And because I love to drink, and I love to drink beer and wine, and I've got my phases, and this exact moment my phase is beer. I'm not drinking wine, only beer. Even if at lunch I had some wine.
Some wine. So, okay.
But it's beer time. This is a beer time. It's 1 month and a half drinking beer.
In summer is beer is better.
Yeah, depends. It's really up to me when like something.
Okay, perfect. Queens of the Stone Age or Caius?
Caius. They came earlier. Something fresh and new. Even if Queens is a very good band, but the Queens of the Stone Age are not. They didn't make what Caius did.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Clear. CDs or vinyls?
Vinyls, of course. It's a bigger packaging. It's cooler packaging. You can see. I don't know if the sound is really better. It really depends on the album. It really depends on the pressing. So I think this is a myth, the fact that vinyl sounds better. No, some CDs sounds better than the CD sound. It's digital, but it's also perfectly exactly as the master source. The vinyl really depends if the hi-fi is good, if the pressing was good, and blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So that is the vinyl.
Many things.
Yes, but the vinyl is much cooler for sure.
Perfect. Metallica or Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden. I never been a Metallica fan. I mean, they are so good. But no, I discovered the rock and roll when I was 7 years old with Killers from Iron Maiden. When I was 7 years old, I was wearing a Killer from Iron Maiden t-shirt, and I've got the first 2 albums already. So, Iron Maiden.
All right. Berlin or London?
Berlin. London, I live in London. It's a tough city. I can stay in London now more than 24 hours. It's very stressful city. Berlin is super relaxed and very open mind.
More underground also.
London is more capitalistic city. Is more money. Even if Berlin is becoming that way. I was in Berlin first time in 2007.
Yeah.
And we played so many times. We played in Berlin, like 2-3 times a year. So I know the city pretty well. I know a lot of people, and now it's still a very good city where to live. Absolutely.
Yeah. It is, but it's true what you say. It's changing in the same way, or in a in the way that London is. In some things.
Yeah, London is crazy. London is absolutely crazy. It's always been crazy. Even if there is, you see the Desert Fest. So the Desert Fest, Berlin, everybody's relaxed, chill out. No problem. If you go in London, you see really not heavy metal guys, but heavy guys. Wearing leather jackets, a lot of patches, a lot of heavy wearing guys, which is, for the shows is very good. It's very good.
Okay.
Because the Berliners, maybe they are not very, as a fans, they're not so strong. In London, you feel people want to party and want to have fun, is good, but I do prefer Berlin.
All right. The last in or out question is about Beatles or Rolling Stones. A classic.
Okay. So that's the story. Okay, say Beatles for the respect I have for the band, because they really did something special, incredible, super thing. But I never been into both bands. Even if lately I was listening to Rolling Stones again, I mean, they were more like catchy band, more rock and roll band. Beatles made so many different things in the scene.
In fact.
But yes, Beatles.